Hey, it's Kyle Battis from New Hampshire Strategic Marketing. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about professional web design for Massachusetts small businesses. Our neighbor to the south, we're based in Concord, New Hampshire, but we work with a lot of businesses in Massachusetts, right over the border, down in the Cape Cod area, all over the state. So without further ado, let's dive in and kind of go over this. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna hide myself real quick. So a website is really the first impression of your business. Okay, it's that digital first impression. As they say, first impressions count. A great website really should do all these things. It should build trust. It should establish immediate credibility with your visitors. It should look professional. It should load quickly. It should be mobile friendly. Okay, and let's talk about that one for a second. Most people nowadays have one of these things surgically implanted to their hand or within arm's reach all the time. All right. I was just looking at a client. We just did an audit on his website and his Google advertising campaign. And what we saw is 80% of all the traffic that he gets was from somebody on a mobile device, a phone. Right. So your website really needs to be mobile friendly. This is not an optional thing anymore. And when we look at websites nowadays, we actually start with a mobile first approach. And a good web designer should really be thinking about like how does this function on mobile before they even look at, tablet or desktop or huge monitor. How is it looking on a mobile device? Because that's how most people, no matter what your industry, are going to be interacting with your website. Okay. And it changes depending on the type of business, etc. But it's got to be mobile friendly, right? Also, it should be easy to contact you. I should not have to like wonder how do I actually get in touch with this person? What do I do? There's a whole book on website design from a long time ago, but the title of the book tells you everything. Don't make me think. All right. People shouldn't have to think when they look at your website. That it should be easy to contact you, having a good click to call phone number, easy to fill out web form, easy to find web forms. Making people click over to a contact page to actually contact you and dig up your information is not ideal. That is not the first impression you want to take. And the more clicks you add, the more complexity you are adding to the situation and making it harder for somebody to contact you. Okay. A great website helps you generate more leads, right? That's what most people want when they actually set out to have a website built for them. It should generate more leads, motivated, interested prospects that are wanting to do business with you, that are already ideally pre-sold on who you are, what you do, where you do it, and why they would choose you over somebody else. Like an effective website should do all those things right out of the box, automatically. It should increase your credibility, right? By the time they contact you, once they've looked at your website, they should already have seen some of your work. They should have compelling reasons why and what we call differentiators on why somebody would choose to do business with you versus a competitor. Okay. It should improve your Google rankings. All right. This is critically important. We see a lot of people that build a website that looks pretty and functionally may do some of those things that we just talked about, but under the hood of the website, it's not ranking for anything. Google is not indexing it. It has not a clear picture of who you are, what you do, and geographically what towns and cities you do it in, what your service area is, if you're a service area business, or if you're a physical location business, where you're located, what your business looks like. Okay. Google rankings are a complex thing. It's an algorithm that's always changing and evolving, and it moves quickly. What worked 5 years ago, 10 years ago, doesn't work today. But you want to be natural. It needs to check those boxes. But we want to search engine optimization and ranking in Google. It's just making it clear to Google who you are, what you do, and where you're doing, right? And having trust signals, proof, expertise, authority, that help you improve your rankings. Okay. It goes way deeper than that, but on the top, top level, that's what it's all about. Okay. Even further, it should effectively convert visitors into customers, right? It's what we call conversion rate optimization. Your website should make it easy for people to contact you. We kind of touched on that a little bit. But it should be like a greased slide that makes it easy for people to kind of take that next step and contact you. As we talked about, mobile friendly design is critical. Your website must work on phones. It needs to load quickly. Website speed matters. It matters a lot. Okay. It's not the only thing, but a website that loads quickly and loads quickly and fast is going to potentially outrank a slower, laggier website that doesn't have a great speed score on it. Your website should be easy to navigate. It should display correctly on all different types of screens. And that's a really important one. A good web design agency is taking a look at how it looks on mobile, tablet, a smaller laptop, or a full size, huge Mac monitor like I'm on right now. Okay. A fast website helps improve user experience, increases conversion rate, reduces the bounce rate, which is how quickly people bounce off of your website, and it helps support search engine optimization rankings. And slow websites can actually lose you business and be a deterrent, right? There's been plenty of times I've clicked onto a website, and because it was so slow, I hit the back button before it even finished loading, and I was clicking on somebody else's website and moving on to the next website down the list. Okay, so you got to have a fast website. SEO and web design should be done together. Okay, so like I said, there's plenty of businesses and agencies out there and people that call themselves marketing companies that can build a pretty looking website, right? But I always talk about like this quote from the movie Field of Dreams, and I know I'm dating myself. Look, I got gray in my beard. I'm old. I grew up. My parents owned a movie store. I watched a lot of movies as a kid, but I remember this one movie called Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. And if you remember that famous line from that movie, if you build it, they will come. All right. It doesn't work like that with websites. Okay. You could build the prettiest website in the world, but if it's fundamentally missing underlying good search engine optimization, like having good title tags, meta descriptions, on page content with the right keywords in there, a good site structure with built out pages. Ideally, you should have service pages for every one of your individual services. They should have a dedicated page, FAQs, embedded Google Maps, schema, the backlinks built to the website. There's a lot that goes into, proper SEO, but there's a big difference between just building a pretty website and building a pretty website that also ranks. You want the second one. I promise you that. So a good website that's built for Google should have keyword optimization, proper page structure, fast load times, mobile responses, even local SEO setup and optimization. You got to have clear calls to actions. We kind of touched on this one. Every website needs a goal, a call now button, a request a quote button, schedule a consultation, fill out a contact form. We want to drive action with strategic placements that make it easy for that user to take the next step and start to do business with you. Okay, we don't want to have roadblocks here. We don't want to have the sales prevention department working against us, right? By having roadblocks in the way. As simple things as having when you put your phone number on your website, it needs to be a hyperlink that somebody could click on and call, especially on mobile. Okay, as silly as it sounds, if you don't have a clickable phone number on your website or a button that clicks to your phone to ring the phone, and somebody actually write down your phone number, as silly as that sounds, it will deter people. I've seen live screen recordings of actual visitors on a website where it wasn't set up like that. People hit the back button before they'll sooner write down a phone number and then manually type it into their phone and call you. Make it easy for people to take the next step and contact you. Okay, do yourself a favor. And trust signals matter online. You want to have customer reviews. I'm always harping on my clients, build those reviews on Google, on your Facebook business page, even on other properties like Better Business Bureau. I don't like to say the Y word, but Yelp and things like that, right? Having a well-diversified, portfolio of online reviews creates trust in prospective customers, in even the search engines. They like that. Okay. You want to have real project photos. You can see, I was looking at a paving contractor website today, and it's got the main picture on it is a guy in a hard hat with a tool belt on. It's like a generic stock photo that somebody threw on there because they didn't have real project photos or real team member photos. You can sniff that stuff out a mile away. All right. And customers, are smart. They can smell that kind of stuff too and see like something doesn't seem right about this. Like, why is there a dude with a hard hat? That looks like a builder, like where on this paving website. I've never seen a paver wear a hard hat before, with a tool belt on, with a hammer on it. Like you're not paving the driveway with that on. You gotta have real testimonials. You gotta have put certifications on there. Human beings look for clues from other humans about who they should do business with. Okay, even having on your website like testimonials, project photos, before and afters, all that stuff is really great. You can even take that further by having certifications and what we call trust seals or logos of brands that you carry. Like maybe if you're a roofer, you're a GAF certified roofer, right? Or you're part of the Better Business Bureau. Maybe you have the BBB icon on your website, okay? Case studies, like before, hey, here's where we started with this client. Here's where they are now, right? You go to our website, you'll see some case studies on there. We work with a client that's a commissioning business, and they've got some really nice project write-ups of how they've helped certain types of businesses do what they do on the job site, and actually go over those job site photos. And in AI visibility, AI search, those case studies and projects are becoming very helpful for that. Custom design versus templated sites. So a couple ways that you could build. Well, there's a lot of different ways you can build websites. Some of them have like a generic template where that website looks the same as that website and that website. And you just kind of fill in the pieces versus a custom design. Not all websites are built the same. A good website should have better branding, improved functionality. It adds SEO advantages to it, and it provides greater flexibility when you have that custom design, because then you can change any element on the page that you want. We tend to build on WordPress with Elementor, and with a page builder like that, we can make the site look like whatever you want. We want to add some motion in there. We want to have a video on the back, the hero image instead of just a static photo. We can do that kind of stuff, and the site can evolve and change over time. With a themed website, out of the box, you've kind of got digital handcuffs on, and you can only change certain elements of that design, which is less than ideal. Versus like a custom website, we can change anything, and the site can evolve and change over time. When you build on a themed website, sometimes it's going to get old. Typically like 4 or 5 years, having that website around, it's going to look a little dated, and you're probably going to want to update it. And at that point, you typically have to rebuild the entire website. Versus if you build it with a custom design, with WordPress and Elementor, we can change and evolve the site over time, and you don't have to completely rebuild it. You can just update it, okay, and change the look and feel dramatically. Your website should really generate leads for you, okay? I'm a firm believer in the website's not just a placeholder. It's not just like a business card online. It should be more like a 24/7, 365 salesperson that is answering questions, building trust, educating, encourages people to contact you. And maybe you have support campaigns and automations built into your website to get people into your CRM and make it easier for people to do business with you. I think a business should invest in a better website design to help them grow. Increases visibility, generates more leads, improves your branding, creates a better customer experience. They're all reasons why you should get a better website. So if you're a Massachusetts business owner and your current website isn't generating leads or helping you grow your business, it may be time for professional redesign. I invite you to contact us at NH Strategic Marketing to learn more. We'll talk about some of the options here, that we have. We cater to businesses of all stages of growth and complexity, from one-man, or one-woman shows that are just getting started to multi-million-dollar businesses that are looking to take it to the next level. Okay, and we'll focus on lead generation, modern design, business growth. And you can book a meeting with me. Just go to nhstrategicmarketing.com. You'll very clearly see a way to contact us and set up a meeting. Typically, we'll get on a Zoom meeting, go over what you have in place. We'll do some analysis, run some reports, do a bit of an audit, see what's working, what's missing, what's next, and talk about where you want to go and what goals you have. And if I think we can help, we'll put together a proposal and take it to the next step. All right. Hope you got some value out of this video. Please like, comment, share this if you know somebody that needs our help. If you're another Massachusetts business owner, but hope to be talking with you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.